Hey, I love transitions. I can teach you so many transitions. Today we can do transitions. But honestly, the real question a lot of people are asking is, how long should your transitions actually be? Do you do quick transitions? Do you draw out your transitions? And honestly, I feel there's two main ways that you can look at transitions, and you can apply these two methods to absolutely every single one of your transitions. I mean, like, you can use this to think about double drops, triple drops, replacing the drops, mixing in after the chorus, mashups on the fly, building combos, all of this stuff. This is going to change the way that you look at transitions forever. And guess what? I'm going to see in this video how many times I can actually say the word transition. I think, how many am I up to, man? It must be over 10. All right, let's jump in. Okay, a student recently asked me a really good question. He said, let's say I'm mixing at the end of the chorus and I set my cue point 16 bars before that transition point. By the time I reach that transition point, should the old song be gone already? Or at that transition point, do I swap the basses and make my new track dominant and then continue to play both songs together? And honestly, that's the real question here, because there are actually two main ways DJs transition between songs. One is, and that is, I call it swapping on the one, and the other is out by the one. And once you understand these two ideas, DJ transitions suddenly make way more sense, as you can apply these two concepts to every single one of your transitions. All right, so let's start with the first style, swap on the one. Now, this is where I'm probably a little bit different to a lot of the other DJs out there, because a lot of DJs, they find their transition point and they mix directly on it. So let's say, for instance, they want to mix in after the chorus on the outro. They wait for the outro, they hit play and they mix there. But personally, I don't really love that, because lots of the time, right, if you're hitting play on the outro, you got the intro of the outro, you're waiting for your songs to kick in, and in that time, you could lose energy on your dance floor. I prefer making my mixes tighter. And to do this, I find my transition point. So for the sake of this demo, let's say where the chorus ends. And then instead of hitting play there, I go back and set a cue point 16 bars earlier. Now, by setting my cue point 16 bars before the transition point, it gives me 8 bars to beat match, 8 bars to start blending over the end of the chorus. And then once I reach that transition point, that's where I swap the basses, make my new track dominant. But instead of instantly removing the old song, I can now extend the mix and play both songs together. That's why I call this swap on the one, because we're swapping the basses on the first beat of the new phrase and then letting both tracks play together. Man, this can be really fun. Sometimes playing both songs together can really complement one another, and it can actually make for this really beautiful, long blended out mix. Let me show you now. Okay, so that's giving me time to beat match, and then I'm reducing the EQ for my incoming song. What EQ you use? Man, I dive into EQ techniques so much in my course. But for now, I'm just gonna work down and I'm gonna swap the basses on the one. I wanna be careful with how much I pull out there. I don't wanna affect the chorus too much, but this is my swap point. Let them play together. Beautiful. And now we've got an extended mix. It's beautiful. I'm keeping the beat of that outro over this vocal of my new song coming in, and that's beautiful. I love it. We could add some low pass filter to the old song if I wanted to. Okay, and then you have options. How long you're playing together for really depends. Like, if I was looking at this waveform, I see it's going to a new bit, I could take out the volume here, but I'm also going to jump back. I'm going to trigger a hot cue now for fun, just to show you possibilities. You know, and that's just bringing some of the elements of the old song in there still. But notice then, I could have hit sync then. But I like doing it out loud, and it just adds a bit of human error. I think that's real, you know. I love beat matching. If you're doing stuff on the fly, bring it. Okay, but now I do see my new song's about to go to a big bit. Definitely a great place to take this one out. Beautiful. Okay, so that there is swapping on the one. So you've got your transition point, you're mixing over, the chorus ends, you swap, you let your songs play together up until pretty much your new song kicks into a new bit. Or if you're playing your old song and the old song's about to kick back in, you also get the volume out. So you extend your transition until, as long as it's feeling natural. Anyway, okay. This swapping on the one idea doesn't have to be limited to coming in after the chorus. We could also do it with double drops. So in this case, I've gone and found my drop of both songs, put cue point 16 bars earlier. Let me show you. That's EQ sounding good. I'm actually going to use the same EQ technique this one. And that means I'm coming in over the end of the section, swap on the one. You can also work up as well. Anyway, beautiful, yes. Oh, I like doing this method because then when you swap, your new song's fully in. Okay, but we're swapping at the transition point. Oh, fuck, I love that, man. Okay, so now I'm playing them together, but it's like, how long do you play them together for? Man, they're both sounding good. So just keep it going. Why not? Okay. Now this one's gonna have a vocal panic room. That's your vocal there. So if I actually want that vocal in there, I could turn that up. Have a listen. It's gonna be here. Beautiful, why not? And they're complementing each other. Oh yeah. And what I mean about before, about how long you're playing together for, I play it, see, I wouldn't want this bit to kick in. I'd want it out by then, this one, or even out by there. Whichever one comes first, they'll probably come at the same time. Because it's going into a new section, keep it clean, keep it musical, and I'd roll it out here. Beautiful. Now, one of the best things about this style of mixing is the groove never fully stops. The energy keeps flowing, the transitions feel smoother, and the two songs almost feel connected together as one long musical journey. Now, this works incredibly well for house music, afro house, melodic house, progressive house, deeper groove-based genres, man, all of that, right? Basically styles where long flowing blends actually enhance the mix. But here's the important question you always need to ask yourself. Is playing these songs together actually enhancing the mix, or is it just sounding messy and detracting from it? Because sometimes extending the transition does sound amazing, and sometimes it sounds terrible. Okay, so this brings us up to the second style, out by the one. And honestly, this becomes really important when you start playing tracks with more clearly defined musical parts. For example, you could be doing R&B, hip hop, vocal heavy tracks, tech house with strong melodies, or tracks with busy breakdowns. Because if you try doing long layered blends with these styles, you can very quickly end up with vocals on vocals, clashing melodies, muddy energy, and too much happening at once. And instead of enhancing the mix, playing both songs together actually starts detracting from it. So in these situations, it's often better not to draw out the transition, but instead mix quicker. Now, the setup is actually very similar to the one before, so you still find your transition point, but then set a cue point 8 or 16 bars earlier, and then mix in over the end of the chorus or over the end of the phrase. But this time, instead of swapping basses at your mix point and continuing the blend, you want your old song out by the one. So the chorus ends bang like that. By the time that phrase arrives, the old track is gone. Now, this doesn't mean abruptly slamming the old song out. You still want people to hear the full chorus. So usually what I do is I start moving slightly earlier with the EQ, slowly rolling out the exiting song, creating space. So when the new song hits, boom, man, and then the new track lands cleanly on its own, man, and it's good. But one important thing to make this work, because we are pulling the old one out and then something's coming in on the other one, something should come in on the other song. So it's not like I'm just like pulling it out and it goes into an intro or something. The old song ends and then bang, maybe it goes into a new verse, maybe it goes into a build up, maybe it goes into a drop, but something has to happen. Let me show you and I'll explain it as I do it. Okay, so I've got my cue point 16 bars back from the verse here, like the end of the chorus, but then it goes into vocals.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
And I wanted to have my new song in by then. So again, I've got 16 bars. I'll give myself 8 bars to beat match quickly. Okay, then I prepare my EQ. I'll come in over the end of the chorus. I like using this like a volume fader. I'm coming in. But now, instead of waiting for the one, I'm going to move early because I want to have this one out by the one, not swapping on the one. So I'm creating space, rolling that out. Beautiful, then I can get that one in. And you see there, I've had something kick in. That's important because it's an impact mix. I want something on my new song to kick in. If that just went to an intro, it'd be boring. But it went in there, I'm keeping it clean. See, if I was playing them both together, I got vocals on vocals. You know what I mean? Okay, let me show you a couple of examples. So what I'm doing now, this is directly taken from my follow along playlist course, where it's in avoiding vocals on vocals. And I've got, in that course, I've got like, I teach you a transition, and then I've got 20 examples. You can get the exact playlist. I show you exactly how to set them up. Because here's the thing, when learning, it's not just like learning one transition, it's learning how to apply that over lots and lots of different songs. And that new course actually smashes that. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna go to my next song. Okay, cool. Load that. Okay, cool. I've got my cue point set 16 bars before a verse here. Okay, let's go. Bang, cool. And now I've got some time to beat match. I think beat matching is fun. Okay, prepare my EQ, come in over the end of the chorus. Yes. I could do that a little bit early if I wanted to pull back. Cool. Go early on the bass, because we're going to be out by the one. Yeah, cool. And I could just do this all day, man, honestly. Cool. Let's do one more. Space Jam. Cool. I do all the EQ techniques in my course too. So this one's coming in under. And I've got different EQ structures I explain and break down. Pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna go early. Okay, and the goal is out by the one. 8, 2, 3, 4, 1. Beautiful. Okay, cool, cool. Now that doesn't have to be limited to mixing in after the end of a chorus. We could also do it for replacing the drop. So say I've got this song here. Okay, I actually love this transition. Okay, so go in, and I've got cue point set, 16 bars before the drop. But this time, I'm replacing the drop. I'm not playing the drops together. So it's out by the one, same concept.
Can't you understand? Oh, my little girl, all I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very
Let's do, actually we'll do this EQ method. Yeah, let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's work up the EQ this time. But the goal is out by the one. Beautiful, man. And see, that's the thing. I love making things look easy. I love making it accessible to you guys. And then the goal really is that you start incorporating these different ways to transitions into a bigger set. Now, this is where things get interesting, because the key is to not only know how and when to transition, but more importantly, which transition style fits each moment and how long to draw out your transitions for, depending on the vibe that you're going for. So in that sense, transitions also become a way of controlling the energy in your sets. For example, if I'm playing melodic house or afro house and the tracks give me space to draw out the transition, then fuck yeah, man. I'd swap on the one, I'd draw it out, as there's nothing like playing two tracks together that complement one another. But if I'm playing tracks that have clear defined parts, and let's say it sounds messy when basically I play these two songs together, then 100%, man, mix quicker. And instead of swapping on the one, I mix early on the EQ with the goal that I have my song out by the one and something kicks in. Anyway, hopefully this video helps simplify transitions a little bit and helps you understand that a lot of DJing really comes down to one core question. Should I extend this transition or should I get it out before it? Now, obviously there's more questions like, what songs do we play together and all that. But anyway, as far as transitions go, this is really important. And honestly, once you start thinking this way, your transitions become way more intentional. Now, obviously this video is just scratching the surface, and inside my full DJ course, I go way deeper into transitions, structure, EQ work, energy control, layering, phrasing, transition combinations, set flow, and how to always know what transition actually is needed in that moment. And I've actually built this brand new course inside my complete package that I'm super proud of. So if you resonate with the way I teach and you want a more structured path to becoming genuinely confident behind the decks, check it out below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you know other DJs that might appreciate the channel, share it around and pay it forward. But thank you guys so much. I enjoyed making this one. Hopefully you got something from it. And if you have ideas for more content, I'm on a bit of a roll right now. So put them in the description below, or the comments, I mean. And yeah, man, let's keep in touch. Okay, see you guys. Bye.